Okay, this is going to be part 3. I have a pretty good bit of rain coming. First rain, significant rain we've had in a long time. I'm sitting on my tractor in my pond. I'm not wet at all. This is the lowest place. This is the bottom. That is a slab of rock there. I think you can probably see that. And I believe, is one of the ways water is escaping, is draining from the pond. Now that part right there with the dirt that's disturbed is where I fixed that hole in part 1. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch part 1. That's where I fixed the hole, and obviously has not been tested yet because we don't have any water in it. When they drilled my well, at 30 feet, they hit a slab of stone. Broke through the stone, water was underneath. My neighbor back told me he thinks that there's probably a little underground stream, river, water flow, water course, something that is coming through here, and that the water just seeps basically through right here and goes down into that watershed, water stream, whatever it is, and therefore flows out. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to try to get as good a clay as I can possibly get and try to pack it around these rocks. Try to pack it in this area right here, the lowest area, especially around that slab of rocks. And I'm not buying any clay. It's just going to be clay that I'm going to dig up, scrape up. And I'm going to try to just, I called around about some bentonite clay, and I can't find any around here, so in quantity. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Again, water coming, rain coming tomorrow. I'm just going to try to, slow this down. I don't have many hopes of it, fixing it, of it completely, fixing my problem. But if this is where the water is draining out, and obviously the lowest place, this is, it kind of stands to reason that that's probably true. Not that it won't drain out over here, soak through, and evaporation. I mean, there's several reasons water comes out of a pond. But again, my experience having drilled wells around here is around 30 feet. There is a slab of rock. Busting through the slab of rock, there's water. I don't have a transit to see, but I would say the bottom of this pond is very likely 30 feet from the top of my place where the well was drilled. So, and I'm not a geologist, I don't know whether that makes a hill of beans difference. But anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about, but we're gonna throw some clay and dirt and whatever I can find, the best clay I can find, and just in this area here, this is the lowest place, and try to seal this a little bit. Again, I didn't have. If I had bentonite, I was going to try to buy a ton of bentonite, and I just couldn't find anybody around here that sold more than a bag or something, or a bucket full or something. It just wasn't much at all. There are other products that I've looked at. There's one in Australia, but with shipping and everything, it was just going to be, it's going to be expensive enough to do this pond. This pond is probably, when it's full, it's probably an acre, maybe not quite, an acre big, and it would just taken hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So, not going to do that, but we'll try to plug it up and see, and just see how it works, and I'll show you a little bit of the work. So what I've done is, that right there is where that little crop of rock was sticking out. And I've just come in here to the side and pushed with a blade. Got a blade behind the tractor, and then of course the front end loader on the front. Pushed some of the dirt and covered up that that ledge, I guess I'll call it. In doing so, I pulled up a lot of other rock. You can see the rocks in there. Some of that's good clay, but I pulled up a lot of rock too, so hopefully I'm not just making my rock exposure even worse. It was exposed in one place over there, maybe now I'm exposing more, I don't know, but some pretty good chunks of rock. Try not to let my wife see them. She's going to want me to bring them up to the house and do something with them, and I'm going to have to mow around them. I don't want to do that. So they'll be underwater soon. But anyway, I'm just smoothing it out now. I don't know that you know, that I've done any good, but we'll see. Again, concerned about lesser concern about this place where I patched up the hole. That's about where the hole was that I showed you the first time, about halfway up. And so patch that. You saw that. And another one, doing this, I'm in the process now of going back and forth and smoothing that out and smoothing some of my piles out where I pushed them up. It's not going to be pretty, not going to be smooth, but that's okay. Now, what I'm going to do once it fills up with water, if there's still some available, I'm going to go on Craigslist and try to find some ducks. Because I saw a Jeff Lawton film that where there are sealing ponds with ducks. The duck poop will seal a pond. Being as this pond is going to be, like I say, an acre, maybe not quite. I don't know. I don't know how many ducks I'd have to put on here to get it to seal. So I'm not sure about that. But duck poop, as slicky and slimy and proficient as they are about producing it, it is supposed to be great for sealing a pond. So that's something that something else that you might want to think about if you've got pond issues. Throw you a mess of ducks on it, and then let them seal it for you, and then keep them around, or put them in the freezer, or sell them, whatever. But that's the plan. When I get some water in here, enough water to support some duck health, and make them a nice little habitat and place to stay here. I get wild ducks come in during the winter, but not enough. I mean, just I may have a dozen on here at one time, but usually 2, 3, 4 for a day or two, just while they're migrating south. Anyway, I'll end it now, but that's what I'm doing, is smoothing out and trying to just cover up that ledge, that rock outcropping that I had exposed, and hopefully I'm not just making another whole mess right here, exposing all that. I don't know. We'll see. We're gone.